Welcome to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. What if you could save a woman in peril and her children, her entire family, with simply buying 2 tickets? Meet Marie Jess, one of my favorite human beings in the world.
So to become a mentee, we want a woman that has been through some tragic life events. I mean, it can be polygamy, it can be health, it can be addiction, it can be a loss, or it can be domestic violence. But they have to be out of the situation, and they have to be out of crisis and willing to commit to a full year.
You know, I just realized as I went to the DI, actually the Salvation Army, and I was dropping off some stuff, and I had an old car seat that we had. They won't take them.
Yeah, it's because there's so many different recalls, and if you've been in an accident, then the integrity of the whole thing is all screwed
It's
up.
like a helmet. If you hit something with your helmet, you have to throw it away.
Well, fortunately, September is National Baby Safety Month, and Walmart's actually doing something pretty cool. You can take your old baby seat, the one that your kid's outgrown, into Walmart. They're going to have it recycled by TerraCycle, which is really cool. They're big on sustainable products.
Okay.
And then you get a $30 Walmart gift card to spend on the baby.
Holy crap, that's a really good deal.
I'd like to say you could spend it on yourself, but we all know you'll turn around and spend it on the baby or the toddler or the small child.
What you do.
That's it. But I thought that was an amazing thing. Now, just
$30, that's great.
there's a 2-car seat limit per household,
Right.
but just check in with your local Walmart. Make sure they're participating. Pretty much most of them are.
Very cool.
Huh? I thought that was good.
All right, so I'm going to take you to a dark night on a train. Dun, 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 dun. Jenna Evans traveling on the train.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. Shadows, dark shadows. Shadows of men passing by the window. The curtain slightly drawn. The window seeping through. The lights going across the moonlight on the trees. And all of a sudden, boom, someone breaks into the window. Somebody breaks in the window and she goes, "Oh no, someone's breaking into the window." And the man next to her, much beloved, says, "Quick, swallow the ring." And she takes it and she goes, "Oh, like this." And she takes a glass of water, and she drinks. And the ring goes in her stomach.
Why would you swallow the ring? Is this like a stolen ring? Is this like the ring of Nefertiti? Why would you be swallowing a ring?
Because it's a suspense thing. And then
Is this just like a regular ring?
And then she woke up. She had actually swallowed her engagement ring.
This was all a dream?
Yeah.
And
But she looked
swallowed
around
it?
for it and she was like, "Well, what the hell? Where did my ring go?" And then she suddenly remembered her dream.
Oh,
She
man.
talked to her fiance.
Hey, honey, this is so funny. You're going to
This
really
is
be shocked by
hilarious.
I don't know how this happened.
So basically what happened was, it went crazy. People were all over. So instead of a 007 thing, the doctors all kind of got in a group.
Traditionally, don't you just wait for about 12 hours and let nature do the work?
That's what they were thinking.
Okay.
And then they took some x-rays, and of course there it was. And then they said, "Okay, patience, that's what we'll do." And then
I'm thinking X-Lax, but okay.
And then the patience was over. And so they did another procedure. And they went up, and it was just below her stomach, believe it or not. So they had to go.
You had to fish out the ring.
Now, when it did...
Do you know how many feet there are of the large intestine?
21 feet.
Yeah, there's a lot of
When it emerged, and I'm going to say that word again, emerged, they handed it to the fiancé, who had a glove on.
Guessing that proposal's not going to happen again. It's just...
It's already done, thank
just jam
goodness.
it back on her finger and go, "We're done here."
I don't think the word jamming is you should be using. And so she got a ring back, and everybody's happy. And now, what a story! And when people say, "Hey, look at your ring," and you look, and they all go, "Oh!" like that, there's a reason. Because it's been inside your...
That's amazing.
But she did it
She
because
actually
she thought
swallowed it in her
was
sleep.
a dream. And imagine taking... I have a hard time. Some pills are big. You know what it's like. And you're like, She took a ring and threw it in her mouth and swallowed it.
That's like 16 fish oils all squished together.
That's crazy.
That's impressive.
I know,
I bow
right?
to you, sister. That's
Right?
wow. Okay, I have a great tell me something good. You ready for this? Because
Tell
I'm in
me.
love with these guys. You know, there's something very powerful to me about people who have been through something, and when they get out the other side, they're like, we could do it, and we are going to devote ourselves to making sure other people can too. You could walk away. You could pretend it's a bad dream. But there's two men who had battled addiction in themselves, and they decided the best way we could connect drug addicts with national drug rehabilitation programs, making sure that they've got something, is called the rehab booth. So when you go down to Rio Grande, you know, it's still a very robust homeless population. But traditionally, you don't usually see a gigantic red phone box. And on one side is a phone number. It connects the users to a drug rehab recovery line that goes through all of their options.
Is it like a phone? Mm-hmm. They can pick up the phone?
In a big phone booth. And it does. It connects them to all these different services and opportunities, and checks with family, or if there's places for funding.
Oh my gosh!
And they do it all at once, and it was pretty amazing. Todd Sylvester and his best friend Josh Roshi set up the booth, and this was just Thursday, and they said already there's been a really big influx of calls. Now, so what they're hoping
great.
is they wanted to show that, number one, it looks crazy and it's kind of an attention stopper.
Yeah.
Number two, they're thinking, okay, this gets attention. And number three, hopefully the people who need to walk in there and get what they need. And Rossi was really smart. He said, this is where the dealers are. This is where they prey
Right.
on the people who are
Right.
weak and
Desperate.
exhausted and desperate and mentally ill. This
Right.
is what they do. Mm-hmm. And he says, you got to get to the epicenter to see right where the audience is. He goes, yeah, there's billboards for help up and down I-15. He goes, that's not where they are.
They don't drive
Yeah.
I-15.
So I thought that was amazing. They want to put up more booths throughout the city because
It's
there's
great.
5 or
It's a
6
great
different
idea.
hot spots now.
It's a great idea.
But the thing that was so cool, and what Sylvester said, is that if they call this number, they're going to realize that if I can do it, anyone can. He said, just the way we did.
Right.
So if you see
also-
the big red box, protect it. Encourage people to go to the red box.
And it's also striking while the iron's hot
Exactly.
when they pick up the phone.
Like if there's a certain, like, okay, I'm down, I need this, I'll call. That's gorgeous.
I think this is something we all believe in, and that
We
is
wish for.
and is that the earth is flat. I think you agree, I agree, because we're crazy people.
The worst part, though, is when they try to establish scientific significance.
We'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, blogger Mark Sargent 51, as in area. They had this big convention in England, and all the flat
The
earthers
Flat Earthers had a convention.
all showed up, and they were they sold for $15 a flat Earth disc, and
I would give everything I own to go to that just to watch this. You know that, right?
I think that was probably half the crowd. 3% of the English population believe that the Earth is flat.
How much?
3.
Okay, you guys, this was funny at first, but we're making inroads now. Go on.
Well, they go through the fact that the space program is a lie, and that NASA, because we were first, went up into the let's call it space, and looked down, and what they found was on the other side of Antarctica, because it's flat, a whole other land that's full of silver and gold. And they didn't want to tell anybody because they wanted to keep it all for themselves and the government.
I knew there had to be a reason. Now all has become clear. What else?
Okay, so a lot of people challenge them, and I'm going to let you...
And you know, I've seen the expression of scientists, physicists, astrologers, when they're required to, astronomers, excuse me, when they're required to answer these people, and you get this look of just bleak,
Bill
like,
Nye
all right.
swore. He swore because he said they're just full of stuff.
Because I'm sure it drives him
Not
mad.
yet.
Okay.
And so they explain the horizon, which does on the ocean does have a curve to it.
Yeah, well,
the
how do I
fact
get
that
that
you're
one?
24, I think it's 24 miles away, where you dip under the horizon. So if there's a ship 24 miles out, as it goes farther, it disappears because of the curvature. But here, this is what the claims are, and here are the questions.
Natural observations have told me the Earth is flat. This is Roxanne Glenn. She's a globe skeptic.
Yeah.
Here are some of the group's claims, and then, of course, what the experts, the people who might have gone to college and aren't clinically insane.
Right.
Claims. Pilots would have to dip the plane's noses to account for the Earth's curvature, but they don't. Expert.
They'd have to
Autopilot.
what? Excuse me. They'd have to what?
They would have to curve the noses of the planes.
So as they're flying from New York to L.A.,
There'd be curvature.
They'd have to adjust like that.
But they don't.
And why?
Well, according to the experts, autopilot varies its pitch to maintain altitude.
It's pitch.
It doesn't curve anything.
You need a pitch.
Here's the claim. If the Earth is round, why can you see objects beyond the horizon? Expert. Many factors come into play, such as the elevation of the land you're on, the height of the object, and refraction, causing light to bend.
Yeah.
Claim. We would feel it if the Earth was rotating at 1,000 miles per hour while hurtling through space.
Right.
Expert. We can't feel the Earth move because we move with it at the same speed.
We're all part of it.
Claim. It has been covered up that explorer Admiral Richard Byrd found land as big as the U.S. beyond the South Pole. Expert. This isn't a secret. On the official map, 1/2 of Antarctica is indeed the size of the United States.
Right. But you know
It's
what?
just the bleak resignation with which they have to answer these questions where you're like, you can just see them going, why did I go to college? Why? Why did I waste my time? Because I can't convince these people.
But you know what? You keep believing. You keep believing in flat Earth, in Sasquatch. Keep doing it. In aliens at Area 51. Keep doing it. Because that is important. It really is.
George Carlin talked about that.
He said, I'd rather
is the
live in a world where there are possibilities like that than not. So you keep going, you go-getters. But you know what? With the Bigfoot thing, don't spend your kids' college funds on getting equipment to find him, because that would be.
You did miss the most chilling part of this article, though, right?
Yeah.
They said as soon as we have our own space program, we'll be able to prove it.
And then
So
we're
they've
talking
been
about
raising
the flat
money for
earthers.
rockets.
They're doing rockets now. Okay, so once again, it's fine if you do it, but do not spend your college funds for your kids
On that rocket.
Because see, that's where the stupid ends and the smart begins. And that's all I'm saying. So you guys have a good day.